Hi there, this is Carol Marock at carolmarock.com. Welcome to Solo and Smart, my YouTube channel where I offer achievable tips when growing older alone. And today's topic is talking about avoiding the adverse effects of aging alone. And we do that through creating a sense of community right where we live. For COVID, for example, for the past year has really spotlighted these adverse effects. Most of us, or most older adults, when we lose the ability to drive or we lose our sense of mobility, we tend to isolate at home and begin to lose connection with our friends and our family. And when we do when we do isolate or have that sense of disconnection, we suffer from poor quality of sleep, depression. It accelerates our cognitive decline. Also, we have impaired immunity, and it encourages unhealthy habits like eating junk food, sugar, and also we have a tendency to lose interest in life. So these adverse effects can be mitigated, and they have long existed even though way before COVID came around. So these are the things that you want to pay close attention to. The top issues that also can be exacerbated by when you're aging alone is these are some of the top concerns that a research student, a PhD candidate at the University of Texas at Arlington found when she was working on her dissertation. She had a survey, and she found that out of 550 participants in the elder orphan group, 70% had not identified a would-be caregiver. A really high amount, 78%, had no help with finances in terms of making a financial decision or a medical decision. 78% have had no one to talk to about these critical issues. And 50% had little to no access to public transportation. And even close to 50% have not created a will or selected a healthcare proxy. And 35% have no one to call if a crisis should happen. For example, if they were sick and couldn't get out, to go to the grocery store. They had no one to call. So these are the biggest reasons why we need to build a sense of support and community around where we live. And the research project that was just completed back in December of last year, researchers at the Oregon State University say that if an individual believes and visualizes that they are happy and can be happy and healthy well into old age, they're much more likely to experience that outcome. And the best ways to accomplish that or to help you achieve a better future is to build skills around self-efficacy as well as having an optimistic attitude as a personality trait. And here are a few ways that I have learned for myself that I want to share with you that has helped me build a stronger sense of self-care as well as self-reliance, which really makes me feel as if my future self, my older version of me, will be well taken care of and will have a better sense of aging well when I follow these particular steps. So I want to share these with you. I can't go through all of them today. However, in the next video, in the next day or so, I'll add to this particular video. So the few things that I have done to help me achieve to be the person that I want to become in the future, I've learned healthy and independent strategies. I volunteer. I've learned self-directed and self-managed care techniques. I use technology. I fill the gap with volunteers, family, and friends who could help me out if I needed help. I build or have built a neighborly type of strategy, meaning that I have created ways to connect with people who live here where I live. I connect with senior centers and public libraries to find out what programs they offer. And I have built a really strong sense of social support and have connected with faith organizations nearby. So the way I I have learned health and independent strategies is I get regular checkups with my doctor, and I really depend on her advice, hers and also my dietitian's advice. And with their help, I've learned preventative measures. We've gone through, we've studied my family medical history, learned the genetics of my parents and my grandparents, which helped me really see some of the potential illnesses that I may develop later on. But it's important to gain knowledge about any and all chronic conditions that you may face down the road. I eat very nutritious whole foods. I have given up fast foods. I try to eat junk food, not junk food, but packaged food very moderately, and have just very little sugar and eat more fish. I don't eat red meat at all, but you can, this is something that's personal to me, so you with your doctor can come up with your own plan. The places to volunteer, I have found what resonates with me. So I encourage you to do the same. But because volunteering doesn't just benefit the world, it benefits you, the person who's giving. So staying involved as a volunteer will help you maintain mental and physical health. And also it keeps you involved in the community and keeps you active and social and can give you a strong sense of purpose. And a few ideas where to volunteer is, for example, to become a foster grandparent, a mentor at local schools or at the public library where children need to learn skills such as reading or math. You can volunteer to be a visiting companion at local nursing homes. They're always in need. Maybe not at the moment, but once we get back to a normal sense of living. You can also volunteer at national parks or walk dogs at the local shelter. I personally enjoy being a cat visitor at the shelter. Of course, at the end of the visit, I want to take one or two home with me, but since I love cats so much. But if one of these things, if you enjoy is traveling, there are ways that you can combine that passion with volunteering. For example, you can teach children in India to read English, or you can even join the Peace Corps. There are online volunteers. There's one called DoSomething.org, and also Operation Warm's idea list, and I'm going to put both of those links down below in the description of this video. Chronic illnesses, many of us face chronic illnesses, especially as we get older. And we have a big need of technology systems that will help us manage it more effectively. And to manage and to deal with the intrusive health problems. So, self management involves a network of components. It could include family members and friends, or adapting a new lifestyle, processes and activities, or managing medications, the products and services, and even interpreting information about these diseases. The places to check out, depending on your chronic disease, but for example, if you are diabetic, check out American Diabetes Association. I think that's maybe diabetic.org or diabetes.org. And then if it's arthritis, for example, then it's just check out American Arthritis Association. Then there's cancer.org and American Heart Association. But all of these associations, their websites have a wealth of information, not only guidelines, but tips on how to better manage and self-manage or self-direct your care. They also usually have online support groups where you can share information or ask questions and receive help and support in managing these chronic illnesses. So check out the associations that deal with your specific chronic illness. Learn to leverage technology. You know, we all have safety issues, and personal emergency response pendants have withstood the test of time. And they've also grown smarter and now able to detect falls. They can even detect your voice, like Alexa can, and do so much more. So check out wearables like Apple Watch and Fitbit, because all of them are becoming smarter and essential. So there's smart devices that can monitor your health. And I use a check-in service called Snug Safe, which is a daily check-in. That's an app on my iPhone. It's also an app for Android smartphones. And they also offer several versions. I use the free version, but they do have a subscription version. I'm not sure how much. I think it might be $10 or $9.99 a month. And it has several checkpoints that really make sure that you have, that if you don't check in, that they have ways that, that emergency services can contact you. So I'm going to put that link below. Now, if you sign up for the subscription version, you can use the code SOLO10, which will offer you a 10% discount. That's my affiliate code, and you're welcome. Of course, I invite you to use that for snugsafe.com. Also, learn to fill the gap in case you need help, and fill that gap for caregivers or for help around the house with volunteers, family, friends, and other connections for the times that you might need a little help. Say, for example, you fall ill and you can't go to the store or can't go grocery shopping, then maybe a neighbor could run to the store for you, or maybe give you a ride to the medical clinic. So start making a list of people, of connections that you can call and reach out to if you ever need help. And that's what I have done as well. So I have just walked you through the first 5. There are 4 more that I will discuss in the next day or so. So circle back. And if you appreciate these tips, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also like by giving me a thumbs up. And that way, new visitors will see that, oh, okay, this one has so many thumbs up, I'll check this video out, or what have you. So thank you for visiting, and I will see you in a day or two, and to give you more achievable tips if you are aging alone. Thanks again.